What's up everyone, time to turn on Savage Studio mode. There are some ridiculous PC Craigslist posts all over the United States. So we've got some from Jacksonville, Florida, Flagstaff, Arizona, Houston, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Chicago, Illinois. I mean, a bunch of them. These are all Craigslist posts that a buddy and I found that were just ridiculous. Like there's people either asking way too much money or the PCs are trashy and they're trying to pass it off as a ultimate gaming PC. So let's run through some of these and see just how ridiculous some of them can get. Okay, let's start with the bottom one here. Okay, so looks like an NZXT S340 Elite, an i7 7700K, a single GTX 1070, and he wants $2,500. Look at this, he's like, custom GPU backplate with RGB lights, bruh. Dude, that's like a stock Asus backplate. I've owned that exact card. It's not custom. Oh, here we go, another one. I have for sale. My gaming rig is full RGB. It's spotting a GTX 1080 Founders Edition graphics card able to hit over 2100 megahertz on the core stable. Congratulations. 16 gigabytes of DDR4, an Intel i5 7600K laid inside an ASRock Z270 killer SLI. This dude's being very gentle at how he explains he inserted that CPU into that socket. For cooling, it has 6 Corsair fans, RGB. Also included is LG Blu-ray writer. This PC can handle anything you put at it. I'm able to play AAA titles like Battlefield 4 at ultra settings at 4K and hit 60 FPS all day long. Accepting reasonable offers. Please no trades. Do not contact me to sell me products. Any company that does will be will be prosecuted to the full extent of the law and will be reported. Oh, I want to call this guy so badly. 24-inch monitor and subwoofer, just in case you didn't know he was throwing in a freaking dope sub for $900. Barely used, no problems, and is in great condition. I'm looking at this first picture right now and I can tell you this PC is not barely used. Are these printouts of like his system specs and benchmarks? Like he printed out the shot of his Cinebench score. Oh wow. Okay, if you want to see some overpriced cringe where I don't even care about the fact that he's throwing in 2 monitors, that's just an excuse to raise the price. You're buying the PC, not the display. You can get the display anywhere for pretty cheap. Look at how cringeworthy that cable management is. That 24 pin is just, like, he completely ignored the cable shroud there that NZXT threw into the S340. That is so painful. He's got an FX 4350 in there, so that's already outdated, and an NVIDIA GTX 1050 Ti. At least he got the 4 gig variant. This dude was originally asking $4,000 for this setup right here. Is he even including a monitor? I don't think so. Even if he is, it ain't worth $4,000. It's not even worth $2,000. He literally cut the price in half for you folks. You know you're getting a good deal now. What is this? i7 4790K, GTX 970, 16 gigs of RAM. It's even got a Creative Sound Blaster Z studio quality high definition sound card installed. Comes with the tactile audio hub desk control unit. Check out his awesome monitor stand. That is what I call innovation right there, folks. He's using, it looks like textbooks. Nope, he's got the Mockingjay. The Mockingjay is definitely a part of that. Wow, how much does he want for this? $1,200. That's a 6700K 980 Ti. That's actually not a bad price for that combo. It's also including peripherals and a gaming monitor. This one's not bad. Oh, here's one that'll make you puke. Look at the cable management inside that beast. This dude took all of 3 seconds to make this look beautiful on the inside. What's even worse is he decided to buy a windowed case. Like, if you know that your cable management's gonna be trash, do everyone else a favor in your house and cover that stuff up. He's got an i5 5400K, 6 gigabyte GTX 970. And for the whole shebang, the dude wants $1,800 in St. Augustine. I don't really think so. Okay, so just take one look at this one right here. One look at this setup, $3,000, right? Now you might be thinking to yourself, oh, well, he's including the whole setup, right? Monitors, keyboard peripherals, the computer tower. Look, he says right here, parts not included, keyboard, mouse, or monitor. So literally, you're just paying for whatever the heck is in this PC right here. You're paying 3 grand for that, folks. An i7 7700K, okay, 300, we'll give him the benefit of the doubt, 350. Asus Strix C200E, let's say 300, that's 650. He's got a 960 Evo and a 850 Evo and a GTX 1080 Ti. And that looks like it for the really expensive parts of his build. Still doesn't come close to 3 grand. Sorry, dude. That's the dopest 6 monitor setup I've ever seen. I mean, the price ain't too bad considering what he's got in there. He's got an i7, an old i7, but it's still decent. 550 Ti, it'll run some basic games in 1080p. But he's got 6 of these monitors. He's like, just take them all. I don't even want them. Okay, rule number 1 when it comes to Craigslist, make your photos at least look presentable. Like, you're trying to sell whatever you're trying to sell to random people that live around you based on pictures and your word and your text. So most people, if they're smart, aren't just going to take your word for it. They're going to look at the picture. That's what they're going to use to verify what you're saying. And if your first picture is just a bunch of cables sprawled behind 3 monitors on the floor and you're not even showing the PC in the first picture, you got a problem. And then when you finally do see the PC, you see that the cable management was pure trash and his specs are just not all that inviting for a $1,300 asking price. This dude's calling this PC very upgradable for future developments, right? But he's got a freaking H110 motherboard in there, so that's not overclockable. So even if you want to upgrade the i3-6100 he's got in there, you're not going to be able to overclock it, assuming you go for the biggest and best i5 and i7 in his class. And everything else for the most part is just bare bones. He's got a hard drive, 8 gigs of RAM, and what, a 4 gig DDR5 1050 Ti. Yeah, that's okay. You got to upgrade everything in the system. Oh my. Gaming PC, $750. I don't care what the specs are in this system. I'm not paying $750 for this freaking rat's nest. He's got a G3258 overclocked to 4 gigahertz, 2 GTX 950 to 600 watt power supply, a wireless network card, and a 180 gig PNY SSD. Windows not included. So yeah, the OS is on you. This has got to be one of the ugliest PC builds I've ever seen. What is it with people wanting all of their money back with these PCs? Like, they don't think they'd appreciate it all. Look, he's even got the price listed out here on PC Part Picker. It cost him $1,618. I don't think he has, oh, he does have Windows 10 included in that. He's got Windows 10 Pro, and he's wanting more than he paid to build the PC. He's charging you about $190 to assemble this PC. You could watch any of the TechTuber channels on YouTube and in 15 minutes figure out how to build a PC like this one. He didn't even bother cutting down the tubes to size. Oh, he's got his reservoir on the outside of this case. Wow, dude, there's so much room in the H440. Why did you put the reservoir outside of that? It just looks so trashy. I am sorry, but that just looks so bad. What on earth did he do? Oh yeah, you know it's immediately worth $2,300 when the title clearly says he has a single GTX 1070 in there. So we got a Core i7 4790K, 16 gigs of RAM, 1070, 1TB hard drive, and an SSD. Motherboard's MSI Z97, very high performance, can handle most if not all games. I need money for college. We'll only sell with bundle, so PC keyboard and Ultra HD 4K monitor. Sorry bud, but even with that Ultra HD 4K monitor you got there, this PC with this trashy cable management is not worth $2,300. Come on. FX 8320, you automatically know this is worth $3,750 when he's got an FX 8320 in there. 16 gigs of RAM, I don't even care at this point. The graphics card's a 1080 Founders Edition that's cooled by, it looks like a 120mm AIO. $3,750? He's marked this up 3 times. 2 grand? I don't even need to look at the specs. There's no way this is worth 2 grand. Oh no, he has an i7 5960X in here? What? Gigabyte Flux X99 X6 gaming PC. I'm assuming that's the motherboard. 16 gigs of RAM and a GTX 960. You put a GTX 960 into the same PC as a $1,600 CPU when it was brand new. High-end 8-core gaming system. I'm sorry, but the GTX 960, that is not high-end. I don't care what CPU you have in there. Excellent condition, used for only 3 weeks. I'm gonna take a chance here and say that that's not true. Hey, we got another one asking $4 grand. He's saying that his Z170X gaming G1 gigabyte motherboard was $460, plus he's including a $70 2-year replacement plan. That is outrageous. That motherboard is worth half that price. i7 6700K, 32 gigs of RAM, SLI EVGA GTX 980 Ti's. Nope, we're still not near $4,000. Sound Blaster, come on, $120 for a sound card. OCZ Fatality 1000 watt gold power supply at $255, and he's including the price of Windows 10 at $90. Chastity, not chassis, chastity. Something tells me that this dude is just pulling numbers out of thin air. Let's see, here's one from my hometown. He's got an iBuyPower for $850, top of the line gaming PC, i7 3930K, and an R9 380 GPU. Oh yeah, folks, we know this is definitely top of the line. It says it's worth over $1,500, but it is really worth over $2,000, and it doesn't list the price of the motherboard, which costs over $350, and with the same card costing over $250 and a few other little small parts. He is a salesman through and through. This guy's asking $1,200 for a cube PC. It doesn't look all that inviting on the inside here. 2 GTX 960s and SLI, it's an odd choice. An FX 8350, and he wants $1,200 for it. This person didn't even list the CPU in his system. He's got a GTX 960, okay, that's mediocre, and 16 gigs of RAM, and he wants $1,000 for it. What is that? It's a G1 Sniper B6, so what, that's a B150 motherboard, so he's probably either got a locked i5 or an i3 in there. Either way, it doesn't come out to $1,000. Just another example of someone wanting all of their money back on a PC they built 2 or 3 years ago. Let's see, and the last one of the day, custom built gaming PC, $1,000 here. Graphics card has over a terabyte. What? He doesn't even list the graphics card. What, did he right here? No, that's storage. What? So we're just supposed to guess what that is? It's probably a 970 or 980. I don't know, for $1,000 it better be a 980. I'm assuming this is either an FX 6300 or an FX 4350 because he's only paired it with a 970 Pro. Usually you go for the 8-core variant or the hypothetical 8-core variant. I have a video discussing that right here, the difference between a true 8-core CPU and an FX 8-core CPU. Usually those would go into the 990 FX series boards. So 970 Pro, I'm gonna assume it's a lower end chip. That's why he probably didn't say what it was in the ad, and he wants $1,000 for it. That's ridiculous. Well, if your faith in humanity was pretty low before, I imagine it's a bit lower now. These Craigslist posts are a bit ridiculous. Now there are some decent posts out there. Some people have really nice custom loops that they're asking around what they paid for them. I understand that. They put a lot of work into those bends and stuff, and if you show up to the person's place and everything looks nice and it runs properly, then yeah, that's probably an okay investment if you don't want to do it yourself. But for a lot of these like older PCs, 3, 4, 5 years old, they want their money back. That's essentially what they're asking. Like, hey, give me my money back for this PC I built 4 years ago, even though you could buy most of these parts for cheaper on sites like eBay. If you like this video, maybe like the concept, or just appreciate the savage in this look, I'm gonna tell you, if something's a bad deal, you're gonna hear it straight from my face that it's a bad deal. Then let me know that you appreciate it by giving this video a thumbs up. Give me some feedback in the comments below as well. I check out most comments, if not all of them, within the first hour or two of the video's upload time. Be sure to click the subscribe button below as well. That's that red button underneath the video box, and click the notification icon. That's a little bell there that lets you know that I've uploaded more videos like this one. This is Science Studio. Thanks for hunting with us.